So again, Michael Rayford, lifelong Aurora resident, went to West Aurora High School, graduated from Eastern Illinois with a Master's in Communication. And when I was jumping from job to job after college, I decided to teach as a way of earning additional income.
All right.
So that turned into 17 years of teaching at Wabansi and COD. Wow. So I'm a natural born educator, but I also like to, because I have a background in TV and video. So I consider my audience or my classroom as my stage.
Oh, right.
And the attendees are my audience. So also worked at the Quad County Urban League, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with. So while I was there, I taught GED, I did workforce development, and it was during that role, because I used to do interviewing workshops, soft skills workshops, and one of my clients introduced me to her neighbors who were in the financial industry. And she was like, you know, you're really good at what you do. I need you to meet these people. So I met them, and it was really my first introduction to the financial industry. Because of course, no one ever taught my parents how money works.
Well, come on.
And so of course, they didn't teach us how money works. And so I've been doing this since 2014. And I've been able to identify a lot of the bad behaviors that they taught me. So there were times we were on food stamps, and my mom would give me, like if we didn't have enough money, I'd have $5, but I needed 12, so she'd give me $7 in food stamps. So I remember going to the store and going through that process, but not really understanding the shame that's involved with that. So I recognize that, but I also remember a situation when I was a teenager, and bill collectors would be called. And my parents are like, you know, they know what time of day it is, they know who it is. Answer that phone, tell them when I'm here. And so my parents taught me how to run from my creditors as a teenager. When I got to college, when I went to Eastern Illinois, and you guys may not know this, but at that time it was legal for credit card companies to set tables up in the student union and offer college students a frisbee, a t-shirt, and a bottle of water to fill out this credit card application.
Oh, you got trapped?
Now well, it's a system, and that's how you get trapped. So how do you give a 22-year-old a American Express card with no limit on it? Guess what I was doing? I was getting cash advances to go to the club. Like I was getting $10 off the card, $20, because you know in college it's quarter beers.
Right.
Like I'm good with this $10, but did I know I was being charged 30% of $10 every time I did it? So that was my first experience with credit card debt. So as I learned more and more about this business with how money works, I just had these aha moments like, man, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. How come no one ever told me that? And so now, not only am I building a business, but I'm also, this is my community service work.
Absolutely.
It's giving back. So anytime I do a workshop like this or a class, I'm giving back. Just because, you know, I always think, well, how come no one ever told me? Bless you. And it's my responsibility to share this information with other people of the community. And we talk about, we've been colleagues since she worked at, what was
It was Joseph at the
Joseph
time.
Corporation.
That's awesome.
So we've always been, you know, helping people with home ownership. You know, whether it's trying to purchase for the first time or if you're in foreclosure, how do you get out of foreclosure, all those things. So it's a staple in my life and I'll never stop doing it. Simply because people need to know. And when I first got into this, there are presentations that were put together that compared different cultures. And do you know, we were the last, now I say we, I say we, as in black and brown folks, we're last in every category. We're at the top when it comes to credit card debt and not owning a business, but when it comes to life insurance, emergency fund, investing in the stock market, we're last just because we don't know. So that's part of my responsibility. So we have a book series. The first book is called How Money Works, Stop Being a Sucker. That's this one here. This book, and I'll show it to you, has been featured on the national media over 500 times. So the author and the founder, they reached out to several different media outlets, and they were just like, "This is awesome," just like you guys were saying, because the books are written at a level where a 14-year-old kid can understand. When you look at it, it's kind of written like a graphic novel, like for kids. A lot of colors, animation, statistics. So it's an easy read. It'll take you about an hour to read it if you just sit down and read it. So there's that one. That's the first one. The second one is How Money Works for Women. Take Control or Lose It.
Oh.
Look at the show off.
I was ready to stunt when it came.
And so the premise of this book is that, money doesn't recognize gender. However, women deal with money much differently than men do. 80% of women will die single because men typically die first.
Yeah.
We have 80% of men will die married. So for the women who are now still living, who, if they're lucky, had those conversations with their spouse, they know where the bank statements are, they know life insurance policies are, they know what we're invested in as a family, they know where all the documents are, they know how the household runs financially. It's one thing to make the decisions, but if that person is gone, do you know how to continue moving the family forward? Like, will you be forced to move out of your house because you don't have the income to stay in your house? Because that's the worst thing of all, is for the family to be uprooted because either there was not enough life insurance or the woman doesn't know how to run the house from a financial standpoint. So that's one of the reasons for that book. But also there are 9 female characters in there, and they're all at different stages of their life. And so they all are going to be handling money differently. And we're going to go through the characters, and we'll talk about the different situations. The next book, the most recent book that came out, is How Money Works for the Next Generation.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right now.
Act now or pay later.
Okay.
So these are your 18 to 40-year-olds who are either on their way to college or just graduating college, getting their first job, buying their first car, getting their first credit card, starting a family, buying a house, all those big first. So now how do I handle money? I've got my first job, I'm making $50,000 a year. What do I do with that? How do I set myself up in the beginning?
Right.
So when I get to be 55, 60, I'm not under the gun, so to speak, because of all the pressure financially. So that's that book. And then we also have a couple ebooks. We have the Act Now, Pay Letters in an ebook. And then we also have Change Your Literacy, Change Your Life, which is an ebook as well. So those are the books. So along with the books, we have a learning center in Oak Brook.
It's very nice. It's a very nice center. I like it.
You haven't seen nothing yet.
Okay.
We have learning centers all over the country. There's probably 300 or 400 of them. And they're offices, but they're learning centers. So we take the approach of education, education, education. However, once you get educated, what must you do? Take action. If you don't use us, that is absolutely fine. But you got to go talk to somebody.
Sounds like a field trip.
You got to talk to somebody. And so we take the approach of education. So our offices are called Education and Leadership Centers. The leadership piece is, and the more mature women in this room will appreciate this. My mom is a Gen X, baby boomer. And so if you think about, there's 10,000 people a day turning 65. Those are baby boomers. While they were growing up, they were introduced, depending, to a financial advisor at some point. They either had a 401k, a pension, they had life insurance, they had built somebody's assets. So now these baby boomers are are either in retirement or getting ready to retire. But at the same time, all those financial professionals are getting ready to do the same thing. So the baby boomers now need them the most, and they're leaving the industry. So there's a shortage. So when you hear me say leadership, we are looking for people, professional, want to give back, maybe want to build a business, that's up to you, but you have a passion of, once you learn this information, man, I get it. I can teach this. I can share with my friends and family. I can share with my coworkers. I can go into the community. So we're looking for people to become leaders with us as well. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So, my first thing to you is, does everybody have their device with them? Did you get an email from me this morning?
Yes. Oh, I don't know.
You may not have recognized it, but I sent everybody who was on, whoever registered, I sent you an email, and in that email is one of our best tools ever. It's called the Financial Literacy Quiz. You didn't get it?
Who's that? Let me
If-
see. Hold up, wait a minute.
Oh.
Why would the email name be? So
Uh,
I know what I'm looking for.
well, the subject line is how money works.
Oh, okay.
I got one at 7:26 this morning.
That's about right.
Oh, okay. Let me see here.
It would've been- there you go.
Oh, I got it.
So if you could do that right now, it's a financial literacy quiz,
I did not get it.
25 questions,
Oh, I don't think you.
and this is like a GPS. So like in today's world,
I didn't get
like
I don't have it. I didn't register. He said only registered people.
Yeah.
I got you now.
But my friend here is going to forward it to me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because
Do you want me forwarded or?
I'm sure I told you to scan it too.
put this thing
No, just take a picture. Just take a picture.
Watch it on.
Well, when you start
That's
that way,
modern technology.
Yeah.
My son's taught me that. Take a picture.
now do you see the yellow text pop up? I just click on it. There you go. Just tap it.
And for those
They have the
joining
little-
us live, this is all behind the scenes. That you're not witnessing any of this.
Okay. There we go.
Does everybody else have it? You can get it?
Thank you.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, now I'm trying to. There we go. I got it.
So just like in today's world, when you're going somewhere you don't know how to get there, what do you use?
The GPS.
This is your GPS.
Oh,
Because this quiz is going to tell you where you are.
Yes, so just answer the question.
There's 25 questions,
mhm.
and you know what you get is what you get. But at least now you know where you are, because it focuses on 5 different areas in financial literacy.
Can we
Are you
take
want
this
us to
quiz
do
now?
this now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Interactive.
Scan it, just make sure.
And if you want to share, you can share. If you don't want to share, you don't have to.
Here's one, when you open up and you were talking about when you get your first, credit card. When I got my first credit card, American Airlines, I had a high, yeah. So anyway,
Oh, you had a high
Interest.
credit limit?
credit limit.
Oh, great.
And so I got my friends, and we went to San Antonio, and I paid for everybody's airline.
I'm
Went
telling
for it.
you, you went for it.
Yeah, 18. I paid for everybody's airline ticket. I paid for the hotel. I paid for the Hertz rental car.
Come on.
A Cordova, 1974 Cordova.
Oh, man, I wouldn't.
And never
Very
looked at
boring.
the interest rate. Never looked at the interest rate. I mean, if something came in my hand, it was like gold. It was like, go girl.
You had the Midas touch.
Yeah. And you know, other things that, you know, like open up a credit card for somebody else, a friend. You know,
Yeah.
you need work on your car. Let me open up an account
Yeah.
for you, and you know.
Because even in college, I have friends, and I won't say they're friends now, but
Right.
you know, you run your mouth. I got to make explain. Hey, I need to rent a car to get home this weekend. Can you? Say, hey man, no problem. Just pay me back. Pay me back. You never hear from them again.
Yeah.
Did everybody show up and register? I think it 1, 2. Not now. I think it was 14.
I believe only 2 should have been registered.
Hey.
Yeah.
You know,
So and the others are the new ones. So.
and it works out the way it's supposed to work out anyway. No, I got the email.
Okay.
Because what I'll do. Yeah, well, we have, as part of our marketing tools, we have something that, I mean, it's better than Eventbrite, but it's like that where I can put everybody in a group with their email. That way I can send them,
Oh, and keep them all on track.
yeah.
Okay, that'd be good, especially for this, group, this year. Okay, great, that'd be good.
Oh, yeah, no, a field trip's gonna be essential.
Well, we have, the women are having on March the 31st. They're having, so normally on Tuesday nights is when we do our training and whatnot,
Oh, okay, great, okay.
but they're having, so that 31st, they're taking control.
Right.
So they're doing a women's event for Women's History Month.
Okay.
So they're doing an event, so everybody here's invited.
Okay, what time is that?
I'm sorry.
6 and 8, but I'll send you the flyer. Even though she's ready to get attend as well. And then I'll send you invite on the 21st. So it's like when you can Oprah, so there's another one, and it's about women's book. But they can watch it online, they watch it up to know. Cause I'm not doing what we did,
Okay.
cause I took it down for work and whatnot, but they can definitely get online and watch it. Or if they can, I can send them a recording after the fact as well. And that's okay.
Oh, no, I didn't know that. Okay.
Missed. It's not bad. I'm a cup half full type of person. All the time.
Does it come to you when it says?
I get an email saying that this person finishes. It'll show me the score.
Oh,
Did you get one? Cause mine stays stuck on that page. Did yours stop on this page?
Mine's stuck on this page.
See, I didn't even get mine.
Oh, select the answer and then click next.
Oh, I had an answer, okay.
I want my full results though.
So if you do, then you just fill out the form. You have to fill out a form. There's a form at the end where you'll put all your contact information in
When I'm clicking to get your results via email, it's just stuck.
and just stuff.
Yes, ma'am?
Oh,
Yeah, because if you want your full results, it'll print out.
it doesn't, it didn't like the auto populate. I gotta type it in myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Cause it's on my other phone, it's registered on my other phone. It's doing great.
But it did let you go through it though?
I was trying to check the open mail for the email. I've done it before.
Okay. And you did get a confirmation from him? Did you get?
Well, I can't say anything on this phone.
Okay. Wait, he come out there by the I'm sure. Would you like to know my score?
Olivia?
Right there, right when you walk up this door.
Okay, I got Olivia.
Right when you walk up this door to your right.
Pastor, would you like to know my score?
Yeah.
92.
So, you still like,
I ran
She said 25,
I'm only on 20, I'm reading.
Right, I'm only on 16,
It should
so.
have been 25 though.
Okay.
I've been doing it for 27 years. It should have been more.
Yeah.
Well, you know, sometimes one or two words can throw you off.
I know, right? And I'm
Oh, wow.
rereading and rereading, yeah.
It lets you
I'm not saying that I got the right answer.
The question be like this long, like, what is the key word? What is,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
And so what we're doing with this is our company has built out a financial literacy index. So your scores go into this big pool of data. And so once we hit a certain number of quizzes that have been completed, so we partner with the Wall Street Journal. So now we can go into this index and say, how did 18 to 20-year-olds answer question 5? And then extract that specific data. And then we could address those concerns when we need to do another book or whatever tool we need to create, we can create them with that information.
Okay,
Yeah.
I remember, yeah. She did her maybe about a year ago. Would you be able to find it? Okay. She's having a hard time now.
Well, if you took it a year ago, I would definitely take it again. Because I'm sure you've been participating in some information, you know, to continue learning.
Are we, is everybody kind of winding, wrapping up? A couple more.
Yeah.
Okay. Is everybody done?
Wow.
You finished?
I finished.
What's your name?
Joanna.
You got the same exact score.
That means you were looking at her.
Right.
She just didn't know she was cheating on the wrong person.
No, some of those words though, it's like, what is that saying? I don't understand the words.
Okay, I mean, the whole thing, I mean, the first thing is just being honest with yourself and saying, this is where I am.
Right.
That's the most important thing. Because it's like, you know, if you say, I want to improve my credit, well, the first thing you got to do is look at the credit report
Right.
versus keep your hand in the sand. Like the
Absolutely.
ostrich effect, like,
Yeah. Like, don't look at it, it won't.
yeah.
It won't exist. Yeah.
I remember when I was at Quad County and I was counseling someone on, they were like right at the brink of going into foreclosure. And so the gentleman came into our meeting, he came in with a plastic, like a jewel bag, had like 25 envelopes in it, that he had never opened. And I'm like, well, man,
They've been trying to get
they've been
in touch
trying to get in touch with you to see how they can work it out with you. But if you never face the fact that this is where you are,
Yep.
then how are you gonna get to whatever that end goal is, right? So while you guys keep doing that, I do want to show you a video. And this is, so again, we have videos, podcasts, we do workshops, classes, local events, regional events, national events. So we're always getting together on some level to continue this campaign. And so this video was made specifically for the women's book. So I'm going to show this to you guys.
You hit the lights are good.
We'll probably do. And I will tell you, every time I see these videos, I'm going to tell you, I get a little tingly. Just because, you know, my mom is retired, so she's been through this. I'm married, my wife, you know what I mean? I have a daughter who's 3, and it's like, okay, I gotta make sure that number 1, I'm positioned properly, but number 2, I gotta teach my kids everything that I want.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Every woman has a unique story, a distinct voice, but there's one thing we all share, the need to understand money. And when we gain that understanding, something powerful rises in us. Hope. Hope for our own future. Hope for our families. Hope for what's possible when women lead the way. Despite advancements, many of us are still left in the dark when it comes to our finances. It's time to shed light on this crucial knowledge. According to projections, by the year 2030, women are set to control a staggering $30 trillion in financial assets, representing approximately 2/3 of our country's entire wealth. Further, it's estimated that while 80% of men die married, 80% of women die single. We've made great economic and academic progress, but women earn just 82 cents for every dollar earned by a man. These statistics highlight the evolving dynamics of wealth and relationships, and they remind us why hope matters. Financially confident women bring hope into every room we enter, our homes, our workplaces, our communities. That's why more women educators are needed now more than ever. These books, showcased on TV and the internet, are more than just pages. They can become a pathway to financial literacy, delivering valuable insights, practical tips, and actionable strategies to help you seize control of your financial future and reach your goals. Learn from women who have transformed their financial destinies with this knowledge. Their stories are real, powerful, and inspiring. But this is just the beginning. We're inviting you to join a movement, a financial education movement for women, by women. Financial education is not just about numbers. It's about freedom, confidence, and creating the lifestyle and legacy you want. Join our women's financial education movement. Embrace the power of financial knowledge. Whether you're established, just starting out, or starting over, now is the time to be part of the revolution. Read the How Money Works for Women book. Enroll in a How Money Works books course, or attend a workshop, or simply start an open and honest conversation about finances with your friends. Together, we can redefine the future of wealth, a future where women are not just watching from the sidelines, but leading the way. Your journey starts now. Be bold. Be the hope. Take control.
I want to show you something real quick here. Did that make you tingle?
Yeah.
Learn from women who have transformed their...
So, hold on. So this is Kim Schooler. She's one of the co-authors. She was formerly the president of our, it's called a broker-dealer. She was the president. She's also an attorney, so she has her own law firm as well. So she's a co-author. And then there is, you guys heard of Rich Dad Poor Dad?
Mm-hmm.
This is Sharon Lecter. So she was the co-author of Rich Dad Poor Dad. So you don't hear that much about her because Robert Kiyosaki was the face.
Right.
She has written over 30 books on women and money.
Okay.
She was a consultant, is not the right word, but she worked for 2 different presidential administrations, and that was her role, was women in finance. She was also responsible for, so I go back to the credit card example, and more mature women in the room may understand this. So previously to her, when you got your credit card statement, all it said was, this is what you owe.
Yeah. Right.
And then most people who were not financially literate, because the credit card company would say, well, just pay the minimum.
Yep.
That's all I got to pay. That's what I pay. So because credit card debt got so out of hand, she was responsible for getting a law passed where credit card companies had to, now when you open your credit card statement, it'll give you lines where it says, if you pay this amount, this is how long it's going to take you to pay it. If you pay this amount, it'll give you like 5 options.
Yeah.
So now you know.
Yeah.
But now it's also legal for credit card companies to be predatory towards college campuses.
Yeah.
By law, they cannot go to college campuses and promote and try to sell credit cards to college students.
Yep.
But it's like, I mean, it's the system, so it's like, you're going to trap college students to start their life
Right.
in debt
Absolutely.
before they even get a good career job.
Absolutely. Yep.
So like I graduate, I'm a MBA whatever, but I'm already in
In
$40,000 in debt.
Absolutely.
Now what if I don't get a job making $40,000 a year?
Yeah. Yeah, and just and just sharing, those poor financial decisions and not understanding money and taking advantage of them in the bookstore. You had to buy those books, and those books were like $800,000. The credit card company be there, and then going down some years down the line when I filed bankruptcy because of all those decisions. That first credit card that I had, that was like $300 from the bookstore when I was at college, was included in that bankruptcy because then it had got to the point where it's about $1,000 or something because of the interest and the fees. So, and that I wasn't even 25 at that time. So from college to that, I'd already had that financial trauma.
You know how it is now? Don't worry about it.
Right. And as I always say, the sign of a good financial counselor or advisor is someone who done been through it. I'm not telling you about a book. I'm telling you about life.
And I also realized from where I used to work at, they would bring people in that were engineers, and they went to school for engineering. They had all of that debt for being an engineer,
Yep.
and when they hired them, they thought they were getting an engineer, job,
Salary.
salary and job.
Mm-hmm.
In turn, they gave it to them for a couple of weeks, and then they made them plant manager or a supervisor, which was made less than what they were expecting in their payroll.
Right.
And that's what they do, you know, but they had the paperwork, they got the degree and all of this, but there was a,
Switch and bait, the switch
Yeah.
and bait, as they say.
exactly.
So, did everybody finish the quiz? Okay, good. So, that's step number one. So now step number two, we start to move into the information. Have you guys ever heard of the Great Wealth Transfer? Okay. And what line of work are you in?
I'm a real estate agent.
So, the Great Wealth Transfer, when I use the example of baby boomers, right? So imagine all these baby boomers turning 10,065 a day, they're getting ready to retire, or, I mean, like you just mentioned, I was at a funeral yesterday. She just mentioned a funeral. So, age is catching up with people, right? Life is happening. And so, it started about 10 years ago, the Great Wealth Transfer. So there's a total of about $124 trillion worth of assets that are getting ready to transfer from the baby boomers to the next generation. So we're talking about life insurance being paid out. We're talking about real estate if somebody passes away and they left their kids the house. We're talking about stocks. We're talking about investments. All these different financial assets are moving from one generation to the next. So $124 trillion. That was a stat in there that said by 2030, women will control about 70%. That 30 trillion is included in that. So, about 76% of that 124 trillion, statistically, is going to go to women. Wives, daughters, nieces. Like, remember, the men typically die first.
Right.
So, from a female perspective, if you don't understand how money works and you're going to be receiving some of these assets, do you know what you should do with that asset to ensure that it either keeps its worth or it continues to grow, or because sometimes it's a trap, right? A parent could leave you a house, but now if you can't afford, number one, the mortgage or the taxes, do you sell it?
Right. Right.
Or do you live in it and you can't afford to stay in it? You know, the water heater, something breaks down,
Right.
credit card debt,
Yep.
you know, all those things are going to happen. So what do you do?
You know, and two, being as women, not being funny, but being honest, you know, like even when you go for the car repairs, sometimes you get talked to and treated a certain way. So when we're talking about finances here, being an educated woman, I know my rights as a consumer. I know these things. You know, you gotta know these things when you're talking with those professionals.
On top of that, imagine the typical financial industry is male dominated, right? Whenever that advisor would sit down with a couple, and for us, we don't, but you're not supposed to. It's suggested that you don't. If you can't sit down with a couple, you're not supposed to sit down with anybody until you sit down with a couple. If that person is married, you should be talking to both of them at the same time. But number two, the typical industry would talk to the man. It's the man's work, right?
Right. That's being
The woman would sit there either because she didn't know and she didn't want to show that she was ignorant, not saying it's a bad word, but if you don't know, you don't know. Or, I have something I want to say, but this man won't give me his attention, so I can ask my questions. So typically what has happened historically is when the wife's husband passes away, she'll fire the male advisor and find the female advisor. Because they click. They've got that rapport, right? And so that's another thing. So if, you know, husband, boyfriend, whatever, if you got to sit down with an advisor, make sure your voice is heard.
That's good.
If you don't know, ask.
Right.
And if your counterpart is not willing, then maybe he needs to be fired. Because it's a partnership. And I'll tell you, when I was growing up in our house, my dad paid the mortgage, my mom paid the bills to keep the house running. But when they weren't getting along, my dad stopped paying the mortgage and didn't tell nobody. 11 months without the mortgage being paid.
Yeah. Oh wow.
We got an orange sticker on our door from the sheriff.
Yeah.
They'll be here on this day.
Everybody suffered.
Wow.
That was mean.
Now, luckily, my mom, she worked at Johnson Control. She worked a lot of overtime, and she was stashing her money.
Right.
So when that day
Smart
came,
woman.
I'm up.
Right.
My dad was under the illusion that he was going with her. She's like, no, you're not.
Right.
She got her own place, and she was able to get through it. It wasn't so nice. We had to rush, find him an apartment. He got fired from his job, so we cashed out his 401k. And like, dude, you've been working here for 20 years. This is all you got? So of course he wasn't putting into the 401k.
Oh, smart. Right.
So we never know.
Right. Right. No, you're right.
We never know.
Right.
And with marriages, really they break up for how many reasons? Typically two. Money and communication. So you just have to be ready. And when you came to the office, because I'm getting ready to show you, every month, the second Friday, we have what are called Green Carpet Days. Our founder opened up a new learning center. It's his office, our office in Atlanta, but it has a media center in it. And so we do these Green Carpet Days once a month, where we can invite people down to come see what we do, get the big picture. So before the holiday, she came out because we had the very first one for the women's book. And so it was all women speakers, and each woman took on a character from the book.
Oh, wow.
And so one of the women in the book was dealing with domestic violence, but also financial domestic abuse, where the husband controlled everything. And so that's it. I'll show you that one when we get to that character as we go along. But each character has a very powerful story to tell, right? So Kim Schooler, she was the first speaker. I'll show you this clip so that you get a good understanding of what this movement is about. But this is what I told you, the lawyer, and she's the co-author of the women's book as well. Any questions so far? No questions?
No, we're ready.
Thank you all so much. Isn't it amazing to be here today? This is the very first Green Carpet Day for Women in this beautiful Vision Theater. And it is the last Green Carpet Day of 2025. And so this is a momentous event for all of us to be here. So as my wonderful daughter-in-law said in her announcement, I'm an author and certified financial educator. I actually began my career as a school teacher, as a fourth grade school teacher, ended up going to law school, and for several years served as in-house counsel for the Transamerica companies in the United States. My last 4 years at Transamerica, I was very honored to serve as president of their largest broker-dealer in the United States. And in fact, we were in the top 1% of broker-dealers in the entire country based on number of registered representatives. We grew to that size within 1 year of coming into existence. But the other great thing about that broker-dealer was the fact that we had so many women in positions of leadership in the company. And in fact, I was one of the very few women broker-dealer presidents in the country. And so it really spoke to me. Thank you. It really spoke to me about the need for more women representation in financial services, as well as more accessible education for women about how money works. Now, I've been a lawyer for a little more than 35 years now, and a lot has changed in the world over that 35-year period. Now, we've seen tremendous growth in the stock market. In fact, the market's grown over 2,000% over the last 30 years. And then we've all seen home prices grow more than 130%. Now, most people, their two biggest assets are their retirement plan and their home, which is why household net worth has grown also by 129%. You all saw in the video what's about to happen over the next 20 years. All of that wealth, or majority of that wealth, is getting ready to change hands, transfer from one generation to the next. In fact, $124 trillion. And guess what? Most of that's coming to women. 54 trillion will be inherited by surviving spouses. 95% of whom are women. There's another 47 trillion that's going to be passed on to daughters and granddaughters. Now, women have also made really great strides academically and in the workplace. We represent 60% of college students. We are almost half of workers in the workplace, and we are more than half, in fact, 58% of people working in professional careers. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? But there's always a but, right? But we still earn just 83 cents for every dollar earned by a man. Now, women report two big reasons for that. One is we feel we are treated differently by employers. Another issue that we point to is our caregiving responsibilities. You know, we take time away from our careers to raise our children. Maybe we're taking care of aging parents. Maybe we have a sick spouse. And so that time away from our career or disparate treatment in the workplace means we're not earning raises, we're not getting the promotions. So let's look at what that is in real dollars. When you look at median annual earnings, for a man, it's a little more than $65,000. For a woman, it's more than $10,000 less a year. So how significant would an extra $10,000 be in your pocket today? It would be huge, especially if you're raising children, right? Over a 40-year career, that's $462,000 less money that we have to pay off debt, and it's less money that we have to save for our retirement. By the time we do retire, we'll earn 77% of what retired men receive in Social Security benefits. Now, the reasons for that are, you know, there's the pay gap. We earn less, and so there's less money, less salary for the Social Security Administration to look at when calculating our Social Security benefits. But there's also a kind of uneven work record. We take time away. Some of us may homeschool. We may stay home and raise our children for a while before going back into the workforce if we go back. Some of us take part-time jobs or low-paying jobs because of the caregiving responsibilities we have. All of those things work against us. But the issue is we live longer, so we need more Social Security. We need more help in retirement. In addition, we end up with more medical issues because we're living longer, so we have more health care issues. So what are some of the things that we can do to level the playing field? Well, one of the first things that we recommend in the book to do is to talk about money. You know, money is kind of one of those taboo subjects where you don't, you might talk about anything and everything with your girlfriends or your sisters, but you won't talk about what bothers you, what keeps you up at night, whether you're worried about being able to send your child to college. We don't talk about those things. And so when women start talking about the things that are important to us,
this is about 20 minutes long. You guys want to watch the whole thing, or do you want? I can stop right here for another 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Can you share the link to the video?
Yeah, absolutely.
he makes change. Think about Mothers Against Drunk Driving. In one generation, we changed the whole mindset around driving drunk. And from that, it created a new industry called ride shares. Think about breast cancer awareness. October was Breast Cancer Awareness Month. When we started talking about healthcare issues that mattered to us, we were able to raise a lot of awareness and a lot of research dollars to look at that and to find cures for the things that matter to us. In addition to talking about money, We want women to know your financial situation. When it comes to money, ignorance is not bliss. So figure it out. What is your starting point? You know, how much is coming into your house? What do you owe? What do you have invested for retirement or other investment accounts? Do all of that research to figure out, okay, what is my benchmark? What is my starting point? And then once you've got that figured out, eliminate the unnecessary. You know, streaming services. Or for me, it's lattes. I've got a serious latte issue. You know, or online shopping. Look at things that you can eliminate or just change in your life to bring more money into your household for saving for the future. And then once you've eliminated the unnecessary, then let's come up with your financial goals. Write them down and put a time frame on them. If you want to buy a new house or a bigger house, put a time frame on that goal. If you want to be able to send your kids to college without crushing college debt, put a time frame on that goal. If you want to take a family vacation or sponsor a family reunion or do special charity work or a mission trip, put a time frame on that goal and then come up with the plan to accomplish it. Now, we women are great at the short-term planning. It's the longer-term planning that we have some issues with. But we are great at planning. We're great at planning a vacation. We're great at planning a girls' night out. We're great at planning a wedding. We're great at planning a lot of things that really mean a lot to us and our families. What if we took those same creative and organizational skills and applied them to our finances? There is nothing we can't accomplish if we do.
There we go.
Amen.
That's
And,
it.
right there.
Good ending.
That's powerful.
So what I'll do today, I'll get the sign-in sheet from Julia. That way I have everybody's email, and I'll email the entire video also you can watch that.
Oh, thank you.
When was this made? This video?
When? I want to say this was December
December.
2025.
She said 2025.
Yeah, this was the last one of last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of good stuff. Okay. So now what I would like to do is introduce you to the women of the book.
I want the one about the young people. He has one that has for the younger adults.
Oh, the next generation.
I want to get that for Jazzy.
Yeah. Make sure she gets his contacts.
Yes.
Okay. So we have 9 women. So we have Zoe, who is a 19-year-old college student. And we'll go through each one a little bit deeper. There's Maria, who's a CPA. Val, who's 31, a blogger. Dana, who's 42, a hospital director. Jan, who was 86.
Oh, all right. Oh, Jan. Right.
And so, and what's funny about this is, Jan is our founder. His name is Tom Matthews. That's his mother.
Oh, yeah.
So
Beautiful woman.
they've had. So Kim Schooler, she travels around the country and does events and speaking engagements and whatnot. And so she was at an event, and I saw it on LinkedIn. She was at an event, and his mom was actually there. So it must have been in Atlanta.
Okay.
But she looks
Like the picture.
just like it. I'm like, oh my goodness. Then there's Fatima, who's 73, Hope is 62, May is 56, and then Sarah, who is 49. She's a real estate agent. Let's see. So first up is Zoe.
Right.
Does anybody want to help me read?
Sure. I can't even see that. And I'm this close.
So Julia will do Zoe.
Yeah, she definitely can.
Zoe can't decide between getting a degree in physical therapy or marine biology. The choice would be simpler if people were as appreciative as animals when you do something nice for them. And by people, she means her roommates.
Right. So she's a college student. In the book, in the first book, I'm going to give you each a copy of How Many Works Stop Being a Sucker Today.
Oh, nice.
Now, the women's book is going to be the icing on the cake.
Okay.
So we'll talk about the characters, and we'll go through, because there's 2 different presentations on the women's book.
Okay.
We'll dissect that throughout the month.
Okay, good.
Now, she mentioned the, what's in April? Because April is Financial Literacy, National Financial Literacy Awareness Month.
Yeah, April 11th.
So
We'll be
April
at the
11th
township.
is the celebration.
Yeah.
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 At the
This is my
township.
plan is, because I'm going to Atlanta. Wait, what did you say?
April
what?
11th? April 11th.
That's not gonna work.
411.
Because I've been in Atlanta on April 17th.
Oh.
I was gonna try to get the books signed by the authors.
Yeah, that would've been awesome. You can still take it with, I mean, we can still get them out to people.
No, you're still gonna get the books.
Yeah.
I was just trying to get that autograph piece
I mean,
before
you
I
can
get
still
it.
take them and I'll give them to them later. If they're willing to wait, I want my sign.
Yeah.
Now that you told me that's an option, I want a
Because that's what I
sign.
definitely want to do.
Yeah,
So
I
need
need
a sign. So
that
means I
sign.
said, well,
Yeah,
I'll
we'll
get
wait.
copies.
If you can come to all 4, you will get your book. You gotta come to all 4 sessions. You'll get your sign.
Well, what I'll give you the book on the 11th,
Okay.
and then we can take pictures and whatnot,
Yep.
and then you just give it back.
There
and
you
I get an
go.
autograph.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
See,
I'm gonna go ahead and put my name already in. I'm gonna put it. Thank you, Jameer. It's so nice to meet you. So that way when she signs it, bam.
Okay, who wants to read? Anybody want to read Maria?
Maria, CPA, 27. Maria believes you can have your cake and eat it too, which is why she's starting her own accounting practice for women business owners after being told such a focus wouldn't succeed. Not only is she going to prove them wrong, she's going to prove to herself that she can become a successful entrepreneur. Oh, I can. You even told me I can't.
So that's Maria.
Now I gotta do it.
And I will tell you this. So, what has been happening in our business is really this, because we champion. So, for example, if I wanted to go work for Morgan Stanley, Deanwood, or any other of these big financial companies, I would have to work for them full time. Can't do nothing else.
Oh,
Yeah, they don't. With our company, the people who become the most successful are typically those who have gotten fed up with their 9-to-5 job and they're trying to find a way out. And they do this part time. Or they've retired, but they have a passion for helping people. We train them, help them get licensed. Now they've created another revenue stream.
Oh, wow.
So it just depends. The majority of the biggest leaders in our company, their children were raised in this business, and now their children are in the business because it's all they know.
Yeah.
Like their parents, like they were at the dinner table, they were having conversations about money.
Right.
So when they go to school,
Yeah.
they're talking to their friends. Their friends like, "What do you mean?" And like, you don't know that?
Right. Right.
Like we talk about this thing all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now their children are grown adults and they're in the business. The actually the Act Now and Pay Later book was written by the founder's daughters.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And when we talk about the media tour, like his daughters have been going, because it's now a family business, right?
Yeah.
And so, and this is a business that you could now, even if, let's say my son or my daughter don't want to get into the business, but I can transfer the business to them, right? So somebody else could run it, but they would reap the benefits of it.
Right. Come on.
Okay, that connects to your other thing,
Right.
generational.
You're already right.
Next up, let's see here. Val, anybody, or should I? I'll read Val. So Val, 31, blogger, social media influencer. Social media influencer. So Val is creative, an entrepreneur, and a mom. All of which keep her busy. Like popcorn, right? 4 years ago, Val gave birth to a beautiful boy who was on the spectrum. She chose to shift her career from successful interior decorator to the role she was born for. A rising social media influencer who helps navigate the challenges of raising a special needs child. Yeah, there's even one of my colleagues. He has a special needs child, and he used to work for another financial company, but they would not allow him because he wanted to focus on just special needs families. They would not allow him to just specialize on that. They wanted him to make sure that you were prospecting wealthy individuals. So he left that company, came with us. He started a Facebook community specifically for special needs parents. Yes. And that's the only people he services. Because that's the life he's living.
That's what he knows, and
That's
they
what
need
he
the
knows.
help.
That's what he's like. Absolutely. Yeah.
There's a lady on Facebook, and she has a special needs child, and she's on it called Supermom. And she's on there. She's always showing her special needs child and how he progresses and what triggers him and everything to show people out in the world to help them with special needs. And I just think that's awesome.
So at some point we need to connect so I can connect him and her.
Okay.
So she can join that community.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's got over, I want to say 1,000 people in this Facebook community.
That's awesome.
It's all special needs support. Absolutely. All right, let's see who's next. You can't.
Dana, because of the.
I know you want to read Dana.
I can see, but the reflection from the
The light,
the blind, I can't. Yeah, let me see if I can read it.
But Dana, she is 42.
There
Is
we
that a
go.
little better?
Hey. She, 42-year-old hospital director. Smart and energetic. Dana is the kind of high-performing executive everyone wants to be in the room. Everyone wants to be in a room with. Everyone except those who aren't doing their jobs. Why? Because they all know Dana doesn't play.
So right now we have a 19-year-old.
Do your job, and she's playing with that.
And so there's an example in the book where Zoe's a 19-year-old, where her grandmother passes away, but her grandmother leaves her $10,000. So it's like, what do I do?
Right. Oh my goodness.
Now, as a college student, if I'm not educated financially, man,
I'm gonna be sheen.
and it better not be spring break time either.
Gone.
Income tax time. That's how I see it.
Yeah, or that.
Frontier ticket up.
So you can see that they're at very different places in their lives, right? Let's see who's next. Sarah.
Sarah, 49 real estate agent. Some may forget to dot their I's and cross their T's, but not Sarah. Especially not in the word stickler. While not known for tact, Sarah's honesty and persistence have helped her maintain a top producer for over a decade.
So you got,
She a stickler for She like, cross some T's.
her and Dana would get along really well.
Right.
Precise.
Then there's May. So May is 56, a history professor. May's students all share two fond memories from her class. Her favorite expression is possible to be both nice and precise. And Jeopardy Day, when the students get to be contestants and May gets to be like Alex Trebek.
Testing them.
Yeah, got to do that. Hope, 62-year-old nurse. Hope has experienced life's twists and turns, and now with retirement right around the corner, she's ready to enjoy life more on her terms. Working with sick people has always been a calling for Hope, but she finds herself looking forward to retirement and new adventures, traveling the world. She was not expecting to be divorced in her 60s. Interesting. Fatima.
All right, Fatima, bring it on in.
Right.
You want to read Fatima?
You talking to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. A stay-at-home mom, a recent widow, Fatima is adjusting to life on her own. which includes handling her finances for the first time. Fatima loved being a stay-at-home mom, but wishes she would have asked more questions and pay more attention to their financial professional.
It's like starting all over.
Hey,
Not
in
even
their
starting all
70s
over.
is
That's
a
starting
whole
from the
nother
life.
life.
Whole nother life.
Whole nother
That's true, because she was never there.
Yeah, not even starting over.
It's a whole nother life.
Jesus,
That's what I
you
feel
should have
like.
read it. You should have read this.
Yeah, you should have read Jen.
Who wants to read Jan? Anybody?
Jan, 86, retired office assistant. For nearly 40 years, Jan served as an office assistant for the family business. First for her husband, then for her sons. A bit of a card shark. Jan loves playing bridge with her retired friends just as much as just as much as dealing crazy eights with her great grandchildren. Now in her 80s, Jan has always imagined that she and her husband would still be adventuring through life together.
Hey, Jan.
So, those are the characters.
Yeah.
Give me some feedback. What are you thinking just after seeing who they are, what they're going through? Do any of those resonate with you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And you know, getting to a certain age, it's like you went through all the things. You had to see that one and that one.
So we can see it all.
Yeah.
You can see the stages of
Yeah,
life.
you
Yeah,
can.
where you at now?
Yeah.
I mean, it might not
I'm
be
with
the
Jan
exact
now.
wording,
Yeah.
but it's the stage.
It's
I
the
don't remember the
same.
name of the one, but the one that's like, I'm gonna do what you said I can't do.
That one. Yeah, that one.
That's
one.
the
Yeah.
first
Was
one.
that the social
I think
media
that's the accountant.
Yeah, that was the.
That's just like,
No, that was the first one starting out, wasn't it?
Start business.
Yeah, the accountant, the CTA one.
Okay. Maria, yeah.
yeah, that you can't with my disabilities and stuff. They be like, you can't do that. What? I'm gonna create that.
Okay.
I think it's interesting. You just kind of you hear in the stories like all these women just trying to figure where they're at. Like
Yeah.
they give you a little bit, and that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
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 This side of the room is really, well, you good.
You
Right over here.
I couldn't see it even with my glasses on. I would have
Is it the glare?
read. No, it's not the
just
glare.
the- okay,
It's just
it's the
commercial.
user.
I can't see it.
I said it's not the technology, it's the user.
I was letting him handle it.
Oh, okay.
So before we enter that, what I want to do is, I want to share 3 concepts with you guys before, because while you're reading the book, I don't want it to be foreign to you. So let me find here. Can anybody give me an idea of what is meant by the time value of money?
The longer you let it sit, the more money it makes for you.
Yeah, so it's how do you leverage time for your benefit?
Right.
So for example, for Zoe who's 19,
Right.
she's got time.
Every
You
time.
can invest that.
So if she starts right now,
She's
Right, right.
she will be good, as long as she doesn't have any bad behaviors.
Right.
Getting a credit card, buying a brand new car when you don't need it, those type of things. But time is your best friend. So it's like I open up an investment account for my son and my daughter. I gotta start funding them.
Right?
But I open them up,
Yeah,
Come
you
on,
started
let's
already.
see.
and I open up a 529.
Okay. All right.
That's how I fund them, but I open them up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, for children, you at least want to be 10 years ahead of the curve.
Oh, okay.
Like where you have an account and you've been funding it for a good 10 years, because the curve is gonna go. It's gonna stay flat for a good 8, 10 years, and it's gonna go.
Okay.
So the longer, the more it's gonna spike for you. So this first one here I'm gonna show you represents the time value of money. So imagine you want to be a millionaire by the time you're 65. Now, in your head, in your head, you don't have to tell. You don't have to say it out loud, but just your age. What is that number?
Oh, yeah.
So for Zoe, who was 19, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All she needed was what, 100? What is it? 117?
113.
113.
It's this number right here for those who might have.
$113 per month consistently, she'd be a millionaire. $113 a month. Remember, her grandmother gave her $10,000.
Yeah.
So she could just put that. I mean, I wouldn't say just put it in the bank. However, she could just put it in the bank, put an automatic draft, and not think about it no more.
Yeah.
That'd be the easiest thing to do.
She didn't have it before.
She had it before. However, you do want your money to work a lot harder than that. So find an account where she could get 9 or 10%, and then just let it sit auto draft. She ain't gonna worry about nothing else. Now.
Yeah. Start going on down.
Now from 20 to 25, it goes up by about $62, $65.
Yeah.
$178 a month. Yes.
What's auto draft?
That's
Great. Look at y'all asking questions.
that's so see, and I'm glad you asked.
Yes.
Because if I or we don't know, we can't help.
Right.
So basically, when you have a checking or savings account, typically it's gonna be your checking account, and you give them permission to set up your account. So let's just say you had whether it's a bill to pay or whether you're saving and investing, where it does an automatic draft every month on a particular day for you. You
So
follow
that
me?
means it takes it out of your account. It automatically
It's
takes
all
it out of your
electronic.
account.
Now you have to have direct deposit, right, with your check?
You don't have
No,
to.
no,
You just have to.
Money just gotta
That's
be
the money's got to be there. So that's the easiest way to do it.
Yes.
But if you want to, you can just make sure if my draft is on the 15th, I may say on the 10th, I may go in and put X amount of dollars in so it goes through.
Just put it in through, yeah.
But that is one of the best ways when we talk about when you know what your income is and you know what your expenses are. And they're typically fixed, meaning they're the same every month. So my mortgage, same every month. My electricity, of course, depending upon the time of the year, it's going to fluctuate. But same time every month. Water bill, gas bill, cell phone bill. Even with my cell phone, Verizon's like, look, man, if you put this on auto pay, you'll save $10.
Right.
Now, I don't want you to have much power.
Right.
But that's auto pay. My life insurance, auto pay. Anything that I don't want to think about, any monthly expenses I have for my business, auto pay.
Yeah.
And then I just get a text or email that says, this has just been paid, this has just been paid, this has just been paid. So that way you'll go through your day less stressful because you're not thinking about money all the time. You already know all those expenses every month are taken care of. So that's one purpose for having a bank account is using it as a conduit. That's where your paycheck goes. But you better have some funnels where a certain percentage goes this way, a certain percentage goes that way, a certain percentage goes this way, and a certain percentage goes that way. Never leave a large sum of money in your bank account.
Yes.
Because you're going to lose because of inflation and taxes.
Say it again, your
And I
voice
have
went
another
down.
concept I'll
She
show
said,
you.
never
She
leave a
said,
love.
can you repeat that? She didn't hear that
Your
last
voice
piece.
went down.
Which part?
Never leave
Say the whole thing.
Never leave a large sum of money in your bank account.
Because
At one time.
Because the bank is paying you interest to put your money in their bank. Let me get the slide. So I want you to see it too. Hold on, give me just a second. I want you to see it.
Oh, you saw for your age, it's
8,000.
Hey, you stop.
Yeah,
You stop there now.
That'll be next week, okay?
8,000.
We're talking auto pay
If I
next
could
week.
put 8,000 in there a month, yeah. I say at that age, just enjoy the 8,000.
I know, that's right.
I'm joking. That's all I need right now. I need about 1,500.
It ain't thousand up in there.
Lord Jesus.
You
In other words,
all
just,
things.
just enjoy your life.
Right. Jesus, you can do all
All
things.
things. Yes, you can.
Drop an $8,000 bank account in there.
Okay, so this, we'll get back to the time value of money, but this concept is called the rule of 72.
Okay.
So let's imagine the rule of 72 will tell you how long it takes for your money to double. So let's just say Zoe, who's got the $10,000 from her grandmother, let's say she puts it in the bank and the bank is giving her 1%. One goes into 72 times.
Right.
So it would take 72 years for that 10,000 to double to 20,000.
Gotcha. Okay, right. Okay.
So I don't have 72 years to wait.
Never.
Me neither.
Right. Now that's just at an imaginative 1%, which banks are not giving.
Yeah.
Banks are giving about 20.25%, or 0.33%, or 0.01%. Yeah, they're cutting up. So we're talking 800 years for your money to double.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes. So
Biblical ages.
So that's why, right, that's why I say you never want to leave a large sum of money in your bank account because you're already losing out. The bank is not paying you anything for your money to be in there. You follow me? So you want to leave in there enough that's going to cover your monthly bills and maybe a little cushion. It's like, oh, I forgot my wallet. Let me run to the bank and grab some money real quick. But the rest of that, you need someone where it's working for you. Like one of my mentors says he wants his money to make as many babies as possible. Like you want to give your money jobs.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good way to
Well,
put it.
yeah.
Send it out.
That's
You
good.
want to give it
You
job,
working for your
right?
money.
Send it out.
Make your money work.
So for example, 1%, it takes 72 years to double. 3%, so most banks have CDs and they're paying anywhere from 3% to 5%. But it would take 24 years for your money to double. 6%, 12 years. Now this is more of a realistic percentage because the stock market right now, if you go back 20 years, has been averaging about 9 to 10%, give or take, which has to be in the stock market. But you can have a high yield savings account. They fluctuate anywhere from 3 to 5, sometimes 6%. You know what a high yield savings account is?
I don't have a savings account.
Okay, so that needs to.
I just opened up a checking account last week.
Okay. Now, because of this thing here, so high yield savings accounts typically are not like here around here. You have your brick and mortar bank buildings, right? They offer you the much lower interest rate, lower than 1. Where high yield savings account are typically digital. Right? You go on your phone, it's all digital.
Okay.
They're going to give you anywhere from 3 to 5%.
So not a brick and mortar bank, just a.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we're not allowed to do that.
Okay.
I hope you,
At this point.
I hope you went in and
The
some
digital one
promotion when you open up
gives
your,
you more there.
did you use a
Because they
promotion
don't
to
have
get a
that
bonus?
overhead.
We're
No.
opening it.
They don't
I mean,
have-
that's part of it. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
part of
they
it.
don't have the
Bonuses,
gas and the
let
lights.
bonuses for those accounts be your best friend.
So like your brick and mortar
We'll talk.
bank would be, you know, where you have for your expenses, everything automated, right? Then a high yield savings account should be next. That's to build up your savings. High yield savings account, that can be automated too, right? And then if you look at now, we look at the 9%, 8 years to double, or the 12%, 6 years to double. This is where your real estate comes into play, your investing comes into play. So that's where you need to sit down with a financial professional so you can figure out, okay, what are my goals, what are my timelines, you know, what's my income, what's my discretion, and what do I have left over after all my bills are paid, and what do I want to do, what do I want to achieve, and then like she said in the end, work your plan. So it's not difficult once you get started. It's the discipline to continue.
Right.
Yes.
I want to ask you, when you were saying the online savings, how do you know who to trust? Because
Well,
there's so many scams out there and so many
But
people
the
trying to-
majority of them, like the brick and mortar banks, the majority of them have one for the most.
Oh, okay.
Trust or one of
Because
the well-established ones.
they figured out that all these digital resources were becoming available. They had to create their own.
Okay,
Right,
because I
you're
do all
losing
my
customers.
banking online, even though we're going to the 5th and 3rd, but I do all my banking online.
But yeah, you can go to any major financial institution
Okay.
has an online high yield savings account.
Oh, okay.
So you could do, I think Chase. I know Chase. I'm sure Chase has one. Morgan Stanley has one.
Okay.
You could go to right down it's called bankrate.com. It's a website that compares all banks.
Oh, wow. Okay. Good to know.
So you can see who's charging what interest rate.
Okay.
You can see who offers a high yield savings account. And so as you start to learn these things, you be like, oh, okay, I see now. Well, I don't like you. Because now you can look at fees, you can look at all those things now and really figure out, like, is it really worth my money being over here? The interest rate looks great, but they're charging me these additional fees.
So
Does it balance? Does it work the right way for me? So you just do that.
And what was that website?
Bankrate.com.
Bankrate.com. All right now.
Any questions on the
Another
rules?
thing I would say
This is like the
who to
number
trust.
one rule to learn. And I'm gonna give you a little. How many of you actually still walk in the bank now? Okay.
I can't do that.
I
don't
still
like
go in the
online
bank.
banking at all.
Before I
like
got
brick and
involved
mortar.
with this company, and this is when, you know, I would go to currency exchange, you know, whatever. I didn't have, like, there were times when I didn't have a bank account, right? And my credit was so bad. Because I, you know, was doing something I wasn't doing. Bad habits, I didn't know any better. When you walk into the bank, you get in line to go see the teller. What's at the teller's desk? What do you see there? There's a bowl. There's a bowl of suckers. The suckers are called dum-dums. Subliminal. So that's why the title of the book is How Money Works, Stop Being a Sucker.
Yeah, okay.
Because all we were raised on, you gotta put your money in the bank. Put your money in the bank. The bank is a business.
Yeah.
First and foremost.
That is hilarious.
And what's even funnier, the same company that makes Dum Dums makes the candy called Smarties.
Why ain't got Smarties in the jar?
Well, so some of my colleagues have just play with that. So what they'll do is when they do a workshop, they'll have a bowl of Dum Dum and a bowl of Smarties. And when they get done, which one do you want to be?
Wow.
Which one do you want to be? So any questions on Rule 72? Okay. And so then we did the time value of money. So you busted out. So basically the objective is to, once you start learning this information, the time to start is now. There's another example in one of our books. There's two of the characters, and it's the play on Start Now, Wait Later, where they're both the same age, female character, male character. They both are going to save the same amount of money per month, same interest rate. The only difference is the female character starts today. She puts the same amount in for 7 years and stops. Never puts any more money in the account. The male character waits 7 years.
Oh.
I'm going to party, I'm going to live life. He waits 7 years before he starts. By the time they're both 75, they both have $1 million and some odd dollars. However, she only had to put in what she put in for the first 7 years. He had to put in from the first year all the way till he was 65 to catch up.
Right. What's these three concepts?
Okay, the Rule 72 was the first one. The time value of money was the second one.
All right.
And so that was,
Kind of like the ant and the grasshopper.
yeah. That's a good,
Just want to
that's a
make
good
sure
one.
I'm putting them down right.
So basically, the longer you wait, the longer you're going to have to put into it. So if you see even by the time if you wait till you're 45, now you're talking about a mortgage payment to get to that $1 million. 50, it's still a mortgage payment. At 55, cool. So you're putting $3,800 away a month to get to that $1 million by the time. That's 15 years.
What's it say at 50?
You have to put in $2,088 per month.
Yeah.
So you have 15 years.
And this is just to get to $1 million.
That's just to get to $1 million.
And what I do is break it down into 4 weeks.
That's right. Get $250,000 at least.
Break it down into 4
And
weeks.
then at 60, it's almost $8,600 a month. And so this is another, when we show this slide to people who are like, look, I need to do something. I need to get another job. I mean, do you want to do Uber? You want to do Lyft? You want to do DoorDash? Like that's all well and good, but that's not going to get you there. You either need to start selling houses, or you can join us,
Right.
or you got to figure out a way where It's not about the hours that you put in, because you cannot, we all have the same 24 hours a day, right? You cannot trade now time for dollars. You've got to leverage assets. So when that money or the asset moves, you get paid for what that's worth.
I think that's so key what you're saying, and especially as we talk about education and preparing yourself, those other skills sets that you need. You know, like I just caught myself like I was like, you could do Uber and all that and get a quick hustle. No more hustle. Let's get to the dollars, because the hustle is that's the drain. That's the frustration.
And it's not guaranteed.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And
Let's
that's
get to
why
the
you
dollars.
take an inventory of your skills, and how can I monetize these skills,
Yeah.
right? So whether it's doing this, real estate,
Entrepreneurship, whatever.
entrepreneurship,
What is your gift?
What is it?
Yeah.
yeah, whatever your
That's
gift
what
is,
you love to do.
how can I monetize it, right?
Monetize these 3,000 gifts God done gave
Come
me.
on.
Consolidate.
Oh, so this was what I was just talking about. So Sarah started at age 22. They both put away $4,000 a year, $333 a month, and she only total over 7 years put in $32,000. Where George, he had to put in $151,000 to get to his $1.3 million. Where she only had to put $32,000 into her $1.4. So who would you rather be?
Right.
And so, and this is, I taught for 17 years. I think every child should go to college. If college is for them. But you still need some type of higher education. So whether it's getting educated in the trades, whatever it is,
Yes, I'm skilled.
this alone should be taught in college.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Because when I'm 18, I got my first job. I know when I was probably 18, 19, I was working at, you guys are familiar with West Plaza?
Yeah.
I was working at the car wash there.
Oh yeah, right.
Saturday and Sunday, I'm making $200 cash
Yeah.
for the weekend.
Right.
My money was under my mattress, and
Right.
just my check as my pocket money.
Yeah.
Had I been told
Yeah. Do with that money.
what to do with that money then and just done for 7 years,
Yeah.
did nothing else?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Even good.
So every 18, 19, 16-year-old, because at 16, your parents can open up a custodial account. You know? So, last concept.
I do too.
So this is for, because I heard grandchildren here several times.
Oh, yeah.
Great grandchildren.
So we know that Social Security is not going to be what it used to be.
Oh, yeah.
Will it be gone? I doubt it. They'll do something to adjust it. They'll do something to reduce it. Whatever is going to happen, something's going to happen. So there's we call the three-legged stool,
Okay.
because on this stool there's a leg for Social Security,
Okay.
there's a leg for pensions,
Uh-huh.
and then there's a leg for personal savings. So the pensions don't exist for the most part anymore.
Right.
Like if you had a pension before, you may have a 401k now, right?
Might.
You might. So there's those two, and that's what the baby boomers, that was it for them. They knew if they got a job, worked there for 40 years, they were going to get a pension, they were going to get Social Security. Those two are gone.
Yep.
The only leg left now is personal savings.
Thanks, baby boomers.
So, how are we going to help the grandchildren? Now, is it more likely for a person or parent or grandparent to save $1 million for their grandchild? Or is it more likely to take a few $100s a month, invest it, and let it sit until they're 65, and now they're a millionaire just from that?
Oh, that would be amazing. Yeah.
So the third concept is called the $1 Million Baby.
Oh, okay.
So this is where, I mean, anybody can do it. We just have very particular companies on our platform that have the vehicles to do it. So for example, let me show you. And Dana is one of them.
Me neither. I don't got nothing.
So we'll look at Dana and Hector in these examples. So now it says here, what if you were to put away $13,000 for each child? Now most people don't have $13,000 in 1 month, right? But if you did, $13,000, put it in this particular account, let it sit. At age 67, that child will have $1 million. That could just be one leg of their stool. Because of course you hope that they grow up, get a job, 401k, investment, whatever the case may be, but they've got that. Now imagine give me one of your grandchildren's names.
Donovan.
Leo? Leo Donovan?
Leo's easy. Josiah.
What if those 3 children, you set up an account for those 3 children, so you know that's there.
Right.
When they're getting ready for college age, you have a conversation with them. Look, this is what grandma did for you when you were a baby. It's here, you can't touch it, because I own it.
Right.
But just so you know, when you retire, there's this for you. Now you can tell that child, don't go to college for me. Go to college and do what you want to do. What you feel that you want to do. Freedom. I don't have to go to college because that's where my friend is going. I don't have to go be a lawyer because my parents were lawyers. Whatever it is, there's no pressure.
Or help my family get out of this
Right.
situation.
They can do what they want to do.
What type of account is this? It's just a high yield? Or
No.
Roth?
An annuity can be used, but it's a very particular annuity can be used, and a very particular life insurance policy can be used.
Okay.
So one of them is through Prudential, and one of them is through Nationwide.
Oh, okay.
They're very, very particular. They were, because of how many educators we have throughout the country, like we were asking for something like this.
Right.
And the companies created it.
Oh, wow.
You said Prudential.
Prudential and Nationwide. Now, so let's just say you can't do the 13,000 at one time. What if, well, again, if you wait, so like then if you wait till her daughter was 18 to then do it, so instead of that million, her daughter would have 300,000. So again, it's time value of money. If I do it when she's 1 versus wait until she's 18, that dollar amount changes drastically.
All right, I got 3 years. Get to this.
Now, Hector says, I don't have 13,000. But, you know what? I can do $250 a month.
Okay, right.
And I can do that $250 a month for 4 years.
Oh.
So what's the difference in if I need to go buy a used car?
Right.
It's the same, like I'm gonna spend that money anyway.
Right.
Take that $250 a month for 4 years. He gets the same million at 67.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, that's doable.
Again, if he waits until the child is 18,
Okay. Yeah.
So I can manage it.
it's a 300,000 versus a million.
It's so neat.
I'm all about breaking cash up.
So now think about this, and you know I have to catch myself with my son. My son, he'll be 9 next month. But you know we live in a community with a lot of kids.
Right.
Right. So if it's his birthday, we're having kids
Everybody's
over.
birthday.
So I'm gonna tell you. So we moved there before he was in July. So his first birthday there, we went to one of those bounce houses where you can do birthday parties. It's like $400.
Damn.
That's like I'll never do. So now every one of his birthdays is at our house.
Right.
Cake.
Right.
Y'all just play. I'll buy some stuff for you. Y'all just play.
Right. Right.
Because think about how much money these kids get on their birthday. How much money they spend
yeah.
on their
Yes,
birthday.
yes.
It's nothing like our birthday.
So just
Yeah,
imagine.
Kids getting paid.
Just imagine if you know I don't. And these places are popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
Come have a party here.
Yeah. It's super expensive.
You only
Yeah.
get to bring 10 kids,
Right.
but you don't get that $400
I
bill.
know me, I would make some Batman tickets, some
Yeah.
I set the whole party up right at the house.
But just imagine how much money kids get on their birthday,
Right.
all the toys they get. Like
Right.
we tell my son now, okay, if you want something new, you're gonna give away 2.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So there's ways that we as parents, we can find this money because it's there. And just putting that money to work in a different way.
And showing them how to do it.
And showing them how to do it. Yeah.
I also know women that don't have children, or men that have never been married, don't have children. You could also help a great nephew or a great niece
You can help
that you
anybody.
can see they're going places,
Some potential.
and to give them a little boost along the way, where you could set this aside for them, and when they get to a certain age, then they, like you said about college, you know they're going to college, but they have a single mom.
Yeah, you're right.
To help them along the way, because I know quite a few women that don't have children, never had a child, or a man that you know, he's been single all his life. They could actually put for someone else in their family, or even a neighbor that they're close to that's helped them,
Absolutely.
to bless them.
So do we have any questions on anything that we've gone over so far today?
No, it was very good.
Are we leaving with the book?
Oh yeah, that's
That's where I'm going right now.
She came here for so long.
While he's getting the book and I wrapping up that video. So every week we will be here, except for the 21st. The 21st. So next week we'll be here at 11, and we'll continue for the next one.
Hotel is free.
The hotel is free, and if you do know of any vendors, small vendors, Holiday Inn. Yeah, I'll make sure. I got your email too, so I'll send the information as well.
So hope you have your time.
Thank you. Right.
So we look at it, we take a
What
picture,
is
and
the
take it
21st?
next
No,
week.
no, no. This one.
Just the conference is free. You got to pay for your room and all that good stuff.
No.
But yes, thank you for
She
those
has
of you
put
who
the March 21st
tuned in
as well.
on Facebook. We're going to log
Oh,
off for
this is
now,
so
but
cute.
and we'll be back here next week.
So this is the homework.
Okay.
Well, next week
Clinton
we're-
North Highland.
So this is your assignment because there's 4 weeks.
Okay.
The book is it 100? What's the last page? 100 and
Get to it.
110.
114.